Tell me, Mr. Joel, what brings you here today?
I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I drink because I'm not happy. I want to be happy. And I just, I figure since that's what you do here, you can help me to fix myself so I can be able to understand who I am and get back to who I once was.
It's what we do here. This is a safe space. You don't have to be concerned or worried about anything you say or do here. We're all here to help.
Where do you want me to start?
The best place to start is just from the beginning.
From the beginning. When I was younger, I wanted to be a boxer. I was fighting little kids on the block for money. And truthfully, boxing was only of interest to me whenever I was being bullied. I was a very easy kid to make fun of. I mean, too many times to count, I got my ass handed to me. And my father looked down on me for that, very much he did. And I hated seeing this face that he'd make whenever I'd realize he was disappointed in me. It's ironic because he left whenever I started taking an interest in music and an interest in wanting to play music, and really that's where my heart was, music. And so many times I recount going to the record store and just imagining myself as one of the artists on the back of that vinyl. Oh, and my mother, oh my God, my mother, she really supported me, and she supported me in a time whenever I needed that support, and in a time where I was, granted, a little crazy and just kind of losing my mind, but whenever I really started to play the piano, I think that's when I became Billy Joel.
We're just gonna go ahead and jump right into the questions, okay?
Alright, sounds good.
What does Billy Joel want to put out to an audience when he goes on stage?
I'll tell you the truth, I don't really know. When I go up there, something happens, and when I get off stage, people just say, "Oh, you did that was really great when you did that," and say it, and I say, "Did I do that?" And I don't know. I go up there and perform, and I just get totally behind it.
Yeah, well, you have a really impressive song off that new Piano Man, called Billy the Kid. How'd you come up with the opening for that song?
Oh, you mean the Right. So that's kind of like you've gone to the movies and you see the credits roll down. Scott, Lee Van Cleef, Clint Eastwood. You know, it all belongs in like a Western movie soundtrack, but, you know, which they've turned into a cigarette commercial now, but...
Right.
The melody, you know, it's all, like, it belongs in a Western movie, but it's all historically inaccurate to somebody from New York, you know?
Last question. Who is Billy Joel?
Someone said she'd wait for me, long time ago. Innocent she could not see, now we to know. You can call it a losing star, a broken heart is a personal concern. Write it off as a business loss, file the cost for a big return. Someone said she'd wait for me, da 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 do. Said she could not see, da 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 do. Call me up when you're in that mood.
Long time no see, William.
The last thing I would have expected is a visitor this early in the morning, but, why are you here?
Your new album sucks, and you need a new manager.
Thanks, man.
I'm just being honest. You live in your parents' house, and if you keep putting out crappy music, you're not going to be able to afford living on your own. Do you have a side job?
I'm working a job at the executive room bar, or as the people who work there like to call it, you know, just because the place isn't all that fun. They like to call it the executive lounge, which, you know, it's a lot better than just the executive room bar. But anyways, you know, Wilshire Boulevard. And one of the main reasons why it's not very fun to, you know, be there or work there is because everybody's just there to have fun, drink, and just forget about life for a while, and, you know, not listen to the crappy music, as they say, that, you know, just some washed up bloke, you know, person with no money who plays there. I mean, I'm happy that I'm there. It's just, I don't know if I want that to be the very beginning of my musical heights, my musical career.
So why don't you quit?
First of all, it's not that easy. Well, it is kind of easy because I could just walk in there and say I quit. But anyways, you know, I'm not making enough money off of this album, Irwin, you know.
And that's clearly a problem for you, so why don't you get a new manager?
See, the thing is, I don't have a manager.
You don't have a manager?
It isn't not normal to not have a manager. I mean, I don't want one anyway.
Why, though?
I don't know, it's just a personal preference. And besides, you know, if I had a manager, then I'd probably be programmed like a robot to release 100,000 million, trillion, bazillion #1 singles every single year of my life, and I don't have enough willpower to do that.
Billy, if you want to make it into the business, you're going to need someone there to help you make business decisions.
I don't get why this matters so much to you.
Because I think I can help you.
2 words. Numero dos. Those aren't the 2 words. But absolutely not, as to what you're referring to.
Why not? This could really benefit you.
No, it could really benefit you. That's what it could benefit.
How?
Because you'll be making more profit than I'll be making on my own music.
Here. Take this.
A business card?
If you need anything, any help with this kind of thing, I'm your guy.
I'll consider. Also, on your way home, just be very careful because, this neighborhood does not take very kindly to newcomers or visitors.
Have a good night, man.
You too.
That had to be a career-defining moment for you.
Not career defining. I was still just a kid playing, in a bar, wanting to be noticed by one of the average looking townspeople who would just happen to be a record producer. And it only took a few more visits for me to find what I was looking for.
Tell me, what was the producer's name?
Walter Yetnikoff. So what do you think?
If you think we're gonna play a 5-minute long song on the radio, then you're insane.
Why does it matter if it's played on the radio or not? What if I don't want it to be played on the radio?
Well, you want people to know your name, right?
I guess.
Well, this is the only way they can. I'll have to cut down the song by an extra minute or two to make it more palatable for the radio.
What do I care if it's palatable for the radio or not?
Well, you will when your money runs out.
Oh, it already has.
And we can change that. All you have to do is let us do our job.
Well, if you want my stance, you guys aren't very good at your jobs.
You really want to be kicked from the label?
It would be better than not having any creative liberty or freedom on making your music.
Let me think about it.
Yeah? Well, sorry to break the news to you, buddy, but the album releases in 2 months, so you don't have much time to think.
Well, you don't decide when your album releases. We do.
Don't test me, Walter. I decide when and where my music and albums release, okay? Not you. You're not the innovator. You're not the artist. I am. Okay? So just let me work things out. And I think everything will be fine.
Unless you have a manager, which you don't seem to have.
Okay, wait. Listen, I had a talk with a guy the other day, and, he's manages people. So maybe, he can manage me. I don't know.
Right. Well, this is kind of off topic, but I heard from a buddy of mine that you're getting married next week.
Yeah. I'm getting married next week, yeah.
Well, congratulations, man. That's a really big deal.
Thank you, Walter.
So, am I invited to the after party?
Of course.
Well, maybe I could be your best man.
I was really fun talking with you. Alright, bye.
Na 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 na. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Hey, this is Billy. I'm gonna be honest, I kinda need your help more than ever right now.
Hey, I didn't think you'd call me. You looking for business inquiries?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know why else I would be calling you.
Fair. What do you need help with?
There's no better way to explain this, but I need a manager.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah, do I need signed paperwork in order to seal the deal, or...
Not to my knowledge.
So you'll be my manager, right?
Of course. You seem really desperate.
There's no reason for me not to. I mean, I've never had a manager anyway.
Then I reckon this will be stressful for you. You think you can handle it?
I've handled the burden of being forced to be a boxer before. So really, I don't understand why I wouldn't be able to handle this.
This isn't the same as boxing, Billy.
Yeah, I'm not stupid, Irwin.
Well, our first meeting will be this Sunday. I'll tell you where and what time later. I just don't want you getting too stressed out. After all, you're getting married.
Thank you, man. I mean, I actually appreciate it.
It's no problem at all. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
You just get back from the hospital?
It wasn't the first time.
Why didn't you reach out for help?
It was already too late by the time I could think about doing that.
William, you can't keep living like this. Listen, I know you're struggling, and I know things have been hard for you recently, but I don't know. Therapy is something that exists.
I'm too broke to afford therapy.
You're never too broke to afford some kind of help. Making music, that could be your form of help. You can take this pain, joy, and sorrow and turn it into these songs that people love. You've got the brains and the talent. Use it to your advantage.
I don't have the brains, nor do I have the talent to make good music.
Well, if you keep thinking like that, you're not going to get anywhere. Listen, I've been in this business long enough to know when I see a future icon. And just please don't let everything you have go to waste, man. It's really not worth it. And it's especially not worth seeing you kill yourself over. Alright. Good talk.
Irwin waked. Thank you.
Of course, man.
It seems stupid looking back on it, but what if it was a successful attempt?
Then you wouldn't be here.
Exactly. But, now I think I've started to realize, I said at the start that I wasn't happy. But I think now I've started to realize that there's a lot of things on this earth that are worth living for. And it's easy to say that not happy, but I feel like that I've now been able to know who I truly am. I've won Grammys, I've made a name for myself, and it's just that I think I'm Billy Joel.
Today, we have the honor of sitting here with singer, songwriter, Billy Joel. Thank you for joining us, Billy.
It's my pleasure. I'm happy to be here.
For starter, your lyrics often tackle universal themes like love, loss, and the human condition. Can you tell us about your songwriting process?
Well, I believe in the power of storytelling through music, so songwriting, it's a very personal process for me. I write a melody and I just stick with it, and I hope that audiences, my fans will appreciate it and resonate with it. That's my hope. That's the dream.
Your performance has become legendary. You've played in the most iconic venues around the world. How do you get ready for your live shows, and what is it about performing do you enjoy the most?
That's a good question. Well, I like to spend time rehearsing with my band before we go out on stage and stuff, so we make sure that we're all in top form. But there's just, it's really just about whenever we get on stage, and there's something magical about seeing all those people out there cheering us on and singing the lyrics. I think it's a beautiful thing to have that kind of luxury, that fan base. It's a beauty. I think it really is.
You've been very outspoken about your relationship with your wife. What is it like being in love? Is it all for show, or is it what you both have real?
I wouldn't say I've been outspoken about it. I've talked about it, sure, but from what I've talked about, I can assure you that it's real. It's not fake. It's not for show. It's a lot of some couples tend to, as they go on, as they continue on, having a relationship, they tend to lose a genuine love and appreciation and respect for each other, which I can't relate to that. I can't resonate with that, because me and Elizabeth have been going on for a bit. We dated for quite a while before we decided to tie the knot and get married, but it's really special to me.
You've also mentioned your struggles with depression in the past.
I don't ever remember mentioning that. What is this?
You tried to kill yourself 2 to 3 years ago. What was going through your head when you made that discussion that you wanted to do it? Did you ever think how successful you would be now?
How do you do that? How do you just jump right into the next question like it's no problem at all? What's that all about? Why don't you answer mine?
I believe because you're not a journalist. You're not an interviewer. You're not a paparazzi. I am because it's my job.
Okay, so it's your job to humiliate and discomfort your guests?
Well, when you word it like that,
How do you have a job in the first place?
you've talked about how you were abandoned by your father when you were a little kid.
I'm sorry, I can't do this.
Talk about being unprofessional.
I sit down with a feeling to reminisce over everything that has led to me sitting right here. I speak unenthusiastically because I don't know what the fuck to do anymore. I'm at a point in my life where I just want to give everything that I could have going for me up. The silence. It's so loud. But I should be happy, right? I'm getting married and I have an album coming out and I guess I'll get up and wait to fall again. Would you like a drink?
I don't drink.
How many weeks sober?
1 year.
Right, that was rude of me, I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize. It's no big deal. I've noticed you've been drinking a lot.
Not a lot. Only when it's useful.
I'm worried about you.
You're always worried about me.
I'm being serious, Billy.
You know, that is one of the first times you've called me by my stage name.
Can you please listen to me for a minute?
Do you know why you're here, Irwin?
I don't, but why would it matter?
Because you're fired. You don't have much hold on me as a manager anymore, and you don't even talk to me or treat me like I'm your friend.
We were, and we still are.
So why don't you act like we are?
I think you should take some responsibility here, because for the past year, all you've made me feel like is some sideman. Do you understand how much I've given up for you?
You want to talk about how you've given up so much for me when you've done barely anything to help me or my career in the first place? I just think it's funny. Because in 20 or 30 years, 30 or 40 years, you'll be talking to your grandchildren and you'll say to them, you know, I made the Piano Man. I made Billy Joel a star. And at some point in their life, when they're old enough to understand, they'll know the truth. And the truth is that you are a pathetic and sad excuse of a manager and person and friend. You don't even care about me or my work or my artistry.
I have cared so much about you and your work. I have listened, told you what's good and what's bad. And all you care about so badly is making me your estranged manager and your biggest regret. But let me tell you something, Billy. You are not a good person. Good character is what defines who you are. And if you don't show it, then no one knows you have it.
If I live my life being known as an asshole, then fine. Whatever. But I will not live my life sitting around being miserable and sad and miserable and sad.
But you are. That's what makes you such a boring and hollow shell of a person. You go on about wanting to kill yourself every day. I mean, you tried once. Why not try again, huh?
What the hell is wrong with you, Irwin?
William, I'm sorry. Please, I'm sorry.
Please don't call me and stay out of my life. Hey, this is Billy. I wanted to leave a voicemail to apologize for what I said earlier and what I did earlier. I don't usually act like that. That wasn't me. It was. I'm really sorry, and I wanted to know if maybe you'd like to go out for a bite to eat or something like that. Maybe we can resolve things, you know? And I was actually thinking that I could invite you to one of my shows, December, February, January, because you're not gonna want to miss it, you know? It's just, I want to see you again, and I'm sorry. Just please answer my call. Sorry.
Look, man, I really owe you one for completing this album so quickly. You know, I thought it may feel a bit, rushed. But I'm pleased to say, you surprised me.
Thank you.
You know what, man, when I listen to a record, I know what the common reception was going to be. And people are going to love this shit, man. They're going to really love it, okay? So I think that a celebratory drink is in order.
I'll pass. I'm trying to stop drinking.
Hey, you okay, man? I don't usually get in the personal lives of people who work under this label, but when things get serious, that's when
I'm really trying. Why is it so hard to live?
Okay, I can't answer that for you, man. It's up to you to decide whether or not you're going to have a positive outlook for the rest of your life, okay? Just try and stay optimistic, no matter the circumstances, okay? Okay, I'm not much of an open book. You know that. But I've been through some of the same shit you have, okay? Just please try and push through it. Not just for the people that actually need you, but for you, yourself, most importantly. And man, you have this amazing album coming out. You could be potentially the biggest star in all of America. And man, you can't throw this away, because what you'd be throwing away is the lives with fame and fortune, okay? You just need to understand you are. And that is Billy fucking Joel. Okay, this is what's gonna happen. We're condensing the Piano Man song down to around 3 minutes, okay? I fought for you and I fought for what you envisioned, but I'm sorry. 20 producers outnumber 2.
It's fine. There's nothing we can do, right?
Okay, well, I mean, we can put out the 5-minute version of it on the radio if that's what you want.
Yeah, sure. Sounds great.
We have a release window in November. Since we have the whole album already done, I think it'd be a really good idea to release it then, okay?
Whatever works. I just want people to like it.
Okay, and they will. You don't have anything to worry about, man. Trust me. Yeah, this is gonna be one of the best-selling records of all time.
What are the details concerning your private life?
business.
When is your next album coming out?
When everyone stops asking me for autographs. Billy, can you play something on this? Yeah, sure. There you go. How have you been? Good. How have you been? I miss my friend. I'm here now. What do you want, an apology? No, I just want to talk. I listened to your album. You should be very proud of yourself. Oh, yeah, thank you. It only took 2 months to record, and I think it turned out alright, so. I think so too. What's next? Phew, what's next? Bunch more records, maybe even. No, I mean, a working relationship. What's next for it? I thought I told you were fired. Oh, right. That was a stupid question. Sorry. Irwin, you will always be my friend. You know, despite everything we've been through together, and I don't think I ever realized how important you were to my life and helping me, you know, make it out there as a musician, as an artist, and I'm so sorry for that. No, you're better off without me. I look at you and see how much you've changed over these past few years, and I just think to myself, if I were there, maybe your life would have turned out a lot differently. I wouldn't be who I am without you, and you helped me when everyone else was giving up on me. I stressed you out. I overworked you. You didn't. You made me see the best parts of myself, and you never treated me like I was somebody you were just working with, and I never asked how you were. I never asked if you were okay. That didn't matter. I managed you, Billy. I was supposed to look out for you. You tried. And that's good enough for me, because that's way more than what most people can do anyway. So don't tell me that that I can go on without you. Don't tell me that you're nothing, because you are, and you are one of the only reasons why I'm still here, Irwin. I don't want to live another day without being able to talk to you, say hi to you, have a phone call with you, talk about whatever shitty situation that we're in right now. And I can't do it. I can't do anything without you. So can we please just not leave each other this time? Okay. We won't. Will everything go back to normal now? Yeah, we can. We don't all live forever. Nothing is ever eternal. And for the longest time, I always thought that whenever I died, that nobody was gonna remember me. Because for my whole life, I've just been asking myself, what did I contribute to this world, to this society? And to be honest with you, it took maybe a little too long to figure that out. Everyone here has a purpose, whether that be to make music, make films, do anything. Just do anything that your heart belongs to. And I feel like my heart belonged to music. And I always knew that. It's just that I was never so sure if I was so good at it. But now that I've finally been able to realize my true talent and what I'm good at, I've been able to appreciate life and all that it beholds. Because now I think I finally get it. I finally understand why I'm here, why I'm living in it. And I feel like maybe it was a good thing that I didn't try again. Because you look at everyone around you, some of them might be crying, some of them might be laughing, and some of them might be smiling.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage piano virtuoso and award-winning musician Billy Joel.